shall. It's late at night. It's not too late. Just gonna tell. This video is gonna run through two things. It's gonna run through the songs that I need to learn. And it's going to tell you about a new pedal I got a couple of days ago. And it wasn't for you, but in the context of a band, I think you can make better use of it, so you're going to be using it. This coming gig, what you need to get yourself is a fuzz pedal and 4 leads if you don't already have them. I'll show it to you. So, you can probably see the line selector and of course overdrive. You can use whatever fuzz pedal you want. It'll sound pretty good because this thing, what it does essentially is gives you 2 signal paths to choose. So I've got to send A going into this and then coming back in, and send B. You're probably not going to use a send B, and you've got the input and the output. So the mode that we're going to use is A plus B mix. You can't really see it though, well, it's a bit dark. Which means it mixes the bypass, which is your clean signal, and the A, which is the distortion, which is essentially what Royal Blood do. They get a distortion sound, a guitar sound, low bass frequency sound with lots of fuzz, and a clean bass sound, and they mash together. It's a really nice distortion tone, and this is through my Roland thing. The microphone on this phone, which is like an iPhone 3GS, doesn't do it justice, but I'm going to demo it for you anyway. If I put the level of the gain up a bit. That's basically just turning it up. You can turn down the clean frequency, you can optimize it a bit. That's just like a pretty kind of quick rig I've set up. Okay, so songs that we're doing. That's the other thing, you can turn it off and on really. It's like one press, it's not. Anyway, songs that we're doing. So, the one that we're definitely going to do, Civilization and Creation, goes like this. E, G, D, A, E. That's the chorus. We go through it 4 times. I'll tell you about the order of things later. This video is just to get your fingers kind of ready for practice. And then the verse is E, G, D sharp, E. With the chorus we want kind of loud, big sound. With the verse we want a bit more of a rhythmic kind of thing. Essentially what I'm doing in the verse is... it's in a different tuning, don't worry about it. Just do it on the bass. What I'm doing is just... quick run through again. A, G, D, that's Civilization Creation. That's pretty much all you need to know. It's a very easy song. It's only got one verse. It was the first song we wrote and formed together. You're not really, like, you learning this and playing this song with us is kind of like your official induction into the band. It's, you know, we played that song with our bass player before, Darren. His name's Anthony, and he actually kind of helped. He came up with that riff, and that pretty much like spawned the whole original songwriting conquest. Next on the list is, this is the hard one, so that's the verse, so it's E, D on the A, slide up to E, G, doesn't matter, D, C, C pull off to B, G, A. That's like the basic kind of. So that's that. That's the verse. With this bit, so this has to be pretty much the exact same. What you do from in between that note and this note is pretty much up to you. Like our last bass player, he just mucked around. He just did kind of stuff like, or like, you know what I mean? You can muck around with that. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can improvise it, or you can come up with your own kind of thing. You can cycle through. I don't know. I don't really care. If it works, it works. I'll tell you if I don't like it. So be very be free to experiment with that little thing there. You could just go. You know what I mean? You could minimalize it. You could go nuts. And then the bridge. It's like. So G, D, I'm going to use a bit because this is kind of hurting my fingers a little bit. G, B, E, F sharp, G, D, and you'll use the drive for this. And on the second one we go to an A. With that bit, it's a very menacing part of the song. So kind of the way I was playing it is just a relentless, you know what I mean? Or you could do like a, something that kind of like, you know, kind of makes a big kind of grrr kind of attitude to the song. And then the chorus, kind of goes into a, it's kind of like a release. I switch over to the bridge pickup on my guitar and it's this really bright sound. So that's important, the dynamics of this song there. Realistically, you wouldn't use the drive for the chorus, and you would use it for the bridge. So the chorus, this kind of octave thing I've got going, you don't have to do that. I'm just giving you examples. It does have to be a bit rhythmic though, kind of like a, adding to the rhythm a little bit, because it's, you know, it's not just a... Like, we've got a couple of weeks, we should be doing a little bit more than that. So, I'll just give you the outline. It's E. This is what I'm playing, right? I'm playing E here, but I'm doing a bar chord. So I'm just going E, D, C, G. Do that 4 times and then go E. We'll do it again 4 times and then go to the G, and then go up to an A. Verse. I'll take a solo. I'm just giving you examples of what you could do. So that's that song. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Oh, no, there's the end. Alright, so at the end, we play the verse. So there's kind of like a intro with just me, verse. I'll give you the signal. It'll be... This is... Yeah, it's very much a song of I nod to you guys when shit happens, kind of. You know what I mean? Bridge, chorus, solo, verse, bridge, chorus, and then the end is just the verse twice. We might do it more, we might do it 4 times. I might have a little outro solo, but yeah, the bridge, this verse a couple of times, and then the last verse riff, we do this. That's just kind of like a classic blues lick, just... That's a classic blues lick, and then we finish on the E. So I go... I think what you're going to do is... And Jack does this thing on the snare drum, and it sounds really tight, it's cool. Anyway, just to run through that real quick. 7th, slide up to the 9th on the D string. Then on the G, 7th fret. Then 9th, slide down to the 7th on the D. And then don't pull off, hit the note. 5th on the D. And then just hit the open E. And you might actually hit your overdrive on that, it'll be like... Yeah. This particular point in time, I'd like you to find some way to get your hands on an overdrive or a fuzz, something. I'm looking at buying another distortion pedal, in which case you can borrow one of mine, because I'll have tons, but at the moment the only one that I really want to let you have is the Valve amp simulator, and that's crap. So try get your hands on something for the 27th. You don't really need to practice with it, so just get something for the day, kind of, or buy something, you know. I think super overdrives, they're like $50, and you probably find a cheap, okay-ish bass drive pedal. I could help you shop for one if you want, but yeah, try, because you're going to need it anyway for later on. But yeah, if you can't buy one, just borrow off someone. If you can't borrow off someone, tell me and I'll borrow off someone. But yeah, that's probably what we're going to end up doing for that gig. Anyway, next song. Now this song, we're going to do this song, but I think I'm going to experiment with it a bit. It's in drop D. That's the verse. I'm playing with a pick, as you can. That's kind of the speed that I play. That kind of like you could probably get away with just. So don't worry about that. If you're not going to use a pick, it's like yeah. Let's just run through it real quick. D, C, A, G. No, C, A, G if it was an E string, but it's a D string. So it's C, G, F sharp, yeah. So that's this string tuned down to a D. I'm not sure if you've got a tuner. If you haven't got a tuner, don't worry, I can lend you mine. Moving on. That's the verse. And then the chorus is just. It's pretty simple. The chorus, yeah, so it's just 7th, 5th, 3rd, 5th. Doing some stuff in drop D is easy because it's all on the same fret, so you might even play power chords like. Oh, don't play power chords. Why does it sound horrible? Maybe octaves. Lots of fun, this stuff. Anyway, yeah. This line selector thing, I'm only scratching the surface of what it can do. Like, it can do a shit ton of stuff, but I don't think I'm going to use it for this gig because it's a bit of a headache. And if I set it up for something like an individual song, it can do amazing things, but I haven't really figured out how to set it up for a gig yet where I would need different tones for the different songs. Like, essentially what it allows you to do is turn on a shit ton of pedals at once, or blend pedals, or, you know what I mean? That's basically what it's for. That's what it does, and I haven't quite kind of figured out its application yet. I mean, I've been using it for all my solo stuff. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with it, but gig-wise, it's a bit complex because I've got to worry about a couple of things. It's easier for me to just have them all in the same chain, you know what I mean? Like, but it's perfect for bass players because it allows them to have that dual tone. You could have 3 channels set up. You could have the bypass mixing with the first channel, mixing with the second channel. So you can essentially have like, you'd have another 2 fuzz pedals all blending together. And yeah. So if you're a bass player, this thing's freaking awesome. And I'm happy for you to borrow it for this gig. So that's what you're going to be using. You just need to get your hands on some kind of distortion pedal. I'll experiment with mine right now to see if it's okay. The valve thing. And I'll get back to you. But I would suggest getting a drive pedal anyway because you're going to want one. Yeah. Okay. It's weird talking into a camera like this.